Volume has a dirty secret. The bottleneck was never generating. It was remembering. I ship a season of content and a model gives me generation, and only generation, no memory at all. Nothing established is kept, not the cast, not the world, not one look decision. It generates, it forgets, and it waits. And at volume, that forgetting compounds. Every episode meant re-uploading, re-describing, re-explaining a world I had already built, from a laptop full of reference folders, saved mega prompts, and final versions of final versions. I knew my season by heart. The job became knowing my file system at episode speed, and none of it accumulated. Episode 9 cost the same setup tax as episode 1. The models have generation. Nobody had memory. Quality was never the bottleneck. Memory was, and volume pays for it per episode. And then the solution showed up. The first real one. In invideo Agent, I explained the season once, the world, the cast, the look, the rules, and all of it locked into context. The agent's persistent memory. From that moment, the agent was a collaborator who remembers with me. Everything that lived in folders lives in the project, with an assistant who actually knows the show. And this memory does things. Each generation built on what the season holds, checked against it before review. Proof by reunion, because that is the only honest proof of memory. Can a season hold itself together between drops? This one has sat untouched for weeks. I open it cold, ask where are we, and the season reports itself. Locked, generated, pending, like a showrunner's desk that never got cleared. 0 re-uploads, 0 re-explaining. That is an AI that never forgets your project. And at volume, it means the setup tax is paid exactly once. Then the delegation question, the one volume creators type most. Is per shot reprompting still the price of a consistent character, or can the system carry it? It carries it. One line, a new shot of my lead in the shop, nothing attached, and it arrives on cast, on world, on style, the panel showing what invideo Agent attached without me, her sheet, the location plates. From project memory, at episode volume, that deleted job is the schedule, and an AI that never forgets your project is the schedule's best hire. And where does the season actually live between drops? Open the project and read. The show's look, tone, and rules, the cast with their sheets, the locations, the decisions locked so far, the season's whole brain, inspectable. Underneath sit the briefs, the episodes you actually produce, each drawing on that season layer, exactly how real shows run. One desk holds the show while episodes move through it, and the desk never goes home. A brief that lives in the project also survives handoffs, so a second pair of hands inherits the season whole. Which brings the question my comments ask in every phrasing. How do episodes stay connected while staying quick to produce? Because connection is the memory's job now, not yours. Episode 9 inherits Episode 1's world. Same faces, same places, same rules, automatically, and every new episode starts connected instead of starting over. Quick and connected stopped being a trade-off the day the season became state. And my other projects hold their own worlds the same way. An ads project keeping a brand's essentials, while campaigns change. Nothing bleeding between any of them. Then, the mid-season test. How do you change the story mid-season without redoing every episode? One base update. Deliberately. New wardrobe from the episode 5 turn. A location redressed for the finale arc. Update the base once and every episode after inherits it. Nothing redone. Nothing drifting. Drift is impossible and change is easy. And at volume, that pair is the margin. Accidental drift is rework. And rework is the enemy of every schedule. And does each episode really ship faster than the last? That is the business case. And here is why it holds. Session 1 is setup, locking the world. Session 5 is pure production, one-line briefs on a project that already knows everything. The work compounds because the memory compounds. And that is what an AI that never forgets your project buys at volume. A repeatable pipeline where the 10th episode costs a fraction of the first, and every one of them belongs to the same world, one honest edge. The season only holds what you loaded into it, and a thin setup means a thin project memory. So at volume, the setup pass is the highest leverage day of the season, and memory is per project by design. The next season starts fresh unless you bring the Bible forward. So bring the Bible forward. So the volume verdict on an AI that never forgets your project? One sentence worth pinning. A generator forgets the season shot by shot, but in InVideo Agent, the season is state in context, remembered, attached, enforced on every generation, which is why episodes stay connected, changes stay deliberate, and the schedule speeds up instead of resetting. Not a longer memory, a memory that never clears its desk. If you ship at volume and you are tired of paying the setup tax every episode, my answer is InVideo Agent at invideo.io. Build the season once. It remembers from there. And now, here is the season that remembered itself, and the episodes we made with InVideo Agent.